From Cerbat, Lanes, and Kingman, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT event. An all-lefty battle over here on the right side in the scratch division as Derek Acuff is looking to win his 20th career JBT title. But to get to that landmark victory count, he's got himself a tough opponent in top seed Kyle Anderson. Derek qualified second today, just shot 245 in the semifinals to get into the title match. It's lefty lefty here for all the money in our last tournament of calendar year 2013. Get to win all these titles with good fundamentals, and Derek is nearly flawless physical game and a completely flawless strike, even though he shoves his hands at it. There is some room to play. That might have been a little right of target, and it just held on there. These guys are so used to bowling on extreme sport patterns where there's little to no room to play, and having a couple boards, all right, fine, an arrow on either side can make a lane seem awful easy to these guys, and they lit it up as a result as San Diego.
I'm taking advantage of it because of how bad they were main event.
Yeah, well, the main event shot was absolute torture for these guys. So
seriously, top two hardest things I've ever bowled on in my life.
Wow.
I swear to God.
If the camera didn't pick that up, Derek says it was one of the two hardest patterns he's ever bowled on in his life at main event. So all the more reason these seem wide open. Now, if you've never seen Kyle Anderson bowl before, you're going to see a completely opposite approach to knocking the pins over. They both do it well, but whereas Derek is one of the most fluid lefties I've ever seen, this is just absolutely herky-jerky, but boy, is it effective. Herky-jerky is a perfectly normal term, people. And equally shreds the rack. You know, almost every bowling coach will tell you that you've got to keep your head still, you've got to keep your shoulders still. Kyle does none of that, but absolutely shreds the rack on almost every ball. He's a heck of a bowler and a very nice kid. And it's just further proof it doesn't matter what you do as long as you do it the same way every time. Certainly lots of examples of that in bowling all the way up to the pro level. That was a fifth frame strike for him. He went double spared double, so he's got a 9-pin lead right now, and he can extend to 19 if he can make it 3 in a row. Meanwhile, San Diego stays alive by 3 feet. It's week 17 of the playoffs. Of the season. Yeah, playoffs. Thank you, Jim Moore. There you go. Make it 3 in a row. Kyle was your top seed today. About the only thing he didn't do was shoot 300. He qualified first to plus 298 for 5 games with a 289 high. Slowed down a little. Comparatively to the semis, qualified first to plus 427. Nowhere near our records, if you were wondering that. 341 is our 5-game record, and 5-something is the 8-game record. Meanwhile, in the handicap division stepladder, they're just in the 3rd frame. Alexis Atkin has won 2 matches in a row. She's got a double working in the 3rd frame. Here. No longer has a double working, but got out of trouble there. She's playing Jeremy Cardines for the handicap title. We'll focus more on that a little later. Here's Acuff looking for 3 in a row in the 6th. He likes that one better than the last one, but doesn't get the 6-pin to trip out. Decent shot. Just when the scoring pace is as high as it is, you expect and need to carry just about every time you hit the pocket. Not striking there, he falls 20 pins behind. Few people are as hard on Derek Acuff as Derek Acuff is on Derek Acuff. Yeah. Wasn't happy with that shot. I want to point out for longtime JBT fans that we are at the house of the Rain Lacona Memorial Post. That is it. He ran out of shot once, straight into that sucker. It was ugly. Always happy to see the Rain Lacona Memorial Post. Yeah, pretty shot by Alexis, but doesn't get the carry there either. Derek in the 7th. That one had to be 10 in the pit, and it was. Anderson came out here for main event, which just concluded yesterday. Gave her out around $20,000 to bowlers from all over the country. Shot 300 at main event last year, made the cut this year, didn't crack the top 10. And the right side was impossible, the left side was
even more impossible.
Even more impossible, which was all the more bizarre that Wesley shot 1740 the first block. We're all still trying to figure that one out, but couldn't maintain that pace in the semis. Back in the day, Bo Burton described Amleto Monticelli's release as starting a lawnmower, and this is sort of the JBT lefty version of it. He's just going to maximum hit up on the ball. No! Gets the light hit to trickle off, and he's off the lane before they decide to take it back from him there. You know, the bowling balls these days are so powerful that most bowlers work hard on backing off their release almost all the time, almost fluffing it and letting the ball do the work. P. Weber's a great example of that, where it's a less is more approach. Kyle has said pish posh to that. What is he throwing? Do you know? Well, it's an aggressive ball. It's not like he's... No, at Kyle. Yeah. Jeremy's trying to cheat over here on the left. He's only got 9 pins. Yeah, beautiful shot there from Kyle. 5-bagger extends his lead to 40, but it's far from over here. Acuff still has that strike working here in the 8th and can still strike out for 249, which is exactly the pace that Anderson is at right now. So anybody's game here, part 2 should be fun.